Here we are once again with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and this time we've got the Yahiko Shirogami Hairline Gyuto 210mm knife. The core steel on these is Shirogami or white paper number 2, reactive high carbon steel from Hitachi. Heat treat is a somewhat conservative 60 to 61 on that core steel, so it's going to be very easy to sharpen. The construction is a 3-layer sandwich, so on top of that core steel on either side they have a softer reactive iron cladding on either side. So the entire knife is reactive. I've been using this one and you can see the patina developing. It is quite common for these to have more reactivity initially on the cladding than even the core steel. So don't be alarmed by that. You just have to kind of keep up with it and keep it clean and dry and wipe it down more frequently when you're first starting the knife out. And as you build a patina on it, if you choose to do that, then as you build that patina, things will settle down for you. If you want some really cool colors on these, you can start out cutting some cooked warm proteins like chicken, especially poultry, chicken, beef, but poultry gives you some nice hues of iridescent blues and purples typically. So onions, like I've been doing here, gives you kind of a brownish kind of patina, but proteins will give you a nice colorful patina on these things. So anyway, little tip. The weights and dimensions on these will vary a little bit from knife to knife. This one's 144 grams, or 5.1 ounces. 216 millimeters on the edge is the edge length from the tip to the end of the heel, the chin, is how that's known as. 8.5 inches. Overall length, about 14 inches, right on the money. And I've been measuring these in 3 places because they've got an awesome distal taper all the way down the blade. So pretty thick coming out of the handle. This particular one is about 3.6 millimeters, but then check it out. About halfway down, it's 1.7, so it gets drastically thinner. And it's about 1.2, about an inch from the end, and it's very thin right at the tip. Performance is excellent on this knife, as of all the whole line of these. They're quite thin at the edge as well. 49.25 millimeters is the height of the knife, so it's plenty of height. The handle's not very big, and the neck's not that wide, so you got lots and lots and lots of board clearance here. The handles are octagonal, ambidextrous white oak with a buffalo horn ferrule. There's a little bit of a step between the wood and the ferrule on these pretty consistently. The shape of the handle is a little bit narrower and taller versus a little bit more squarish, so that's the style of this handle. This particular one has a crack in the buffalo horn, so I'm sure this will be going up as a, well, I've been using it too, so it'll go up as a video knife. Who knows, Mark might even swap the handle out on it, but so fit and finish on these is very nicely done. The hairline finish is also known as a brush finish, and you can see the sanding strokes go horizontal or longitudinal to the blade, and that is really nice. It hides those scratches that you tend to get when you wipe and dry the knife, and the scratches go with the finish, so very nice. You've got hand chiseled kanji, very well done. You can run your finger over it and feel it, so that's the right side of the blade. The left side of the blade's got some hand chiseled kanji as well. These don't have like a hard step on the shoulder. They just kind of go rounded and contoured right into the edge. So very, very nice, very low wedging. They're not the world's most non-stick knives or, you know, the world's most awesome food release, but you do get very low wedging with the way they contour that and just kind of blend that towards the edge. So you don't see that hard shoulder you see on some knives. Really thin at the edge. This is a great performing knife. Let's see, balance point is right about there. So for me, that's almost on the money for my pinch grip. The spine on these is rounded and polished, as is a choil. Out of the box edge is, I'll give it a 4 out of 10, kind of so-so. You've got a nice looking bevel, but it just wasn't that sharp. But I mean, just a few minutes on a stone and you'll get these babies, you know, hair splitting sharp. So Shirogami is really nice steel to sharpen. Here's our profile on this. It's a pretty kind of general purpose profile. They tend to have a little bit lower tips on these. You'll see the tip's not way up there, it's down here. So you're not going to get a lot of height on the heel before you dig the tip in. So this is not really a rocker. You can rock over small stuff, no problem, but I'm digging it in right about there. So you can see that, you know, the center line versus the tip. Tip's pretty low. That's pretty typical of these knives. But you've got a decent flattish area towards the back. This should be a pretty good all-arounder. Low rocking, lots of push-pull cuts, glide cuts, some chopping. Fairly versatile profile. Unless you're a rocker, then you're not going to like it. But again, you can rock over small stuff, no problem. So, a very impressive line of knives. The looks are nice. The performance is great. Just a really well-rounded line of knives. And if you're looking for something that's really easy to sharpen and will get a cool patina, or can get a cool patina depending how you like to develop it. Neat line of knives. So this one is the Yahiko Shirogami Hairline Gyuto 210mm knife.